guys? Welcome back. Thanks for tuning in. I'm going to be eating ice cream, ube ice cream. If you know what ube is, shout out to the Philippines. If you don't know what ube is, you should know what ube is. So, some things that I've been thinking about past couple of weeks since coming back from Nebraska. I was really grateful and still am to be a part of a production like that. Um, and to be blessed with relationships that God had planned out for me. There's no way I could have planned all of this on my own. But to have opportunities like this where I get to fly to Nebraska and shoot BTS and be given the assignment to shoot or to produce a documentary, a mini doc of the production and the making of the short film that my friends put together in Nebraska. And some things that I've been thinking about is, first of all, coming back from Nebraska, I was faced with a lot of comparison. It's weird that, right when I came back, I was on a high. I was like, really happy, super joyful, super grateful. And then a week or two pass by, and my mind is off of my mind is not thinking about video production or anything video related. I haven't had really a project to work on. And so I kind of let my mind wander, and being on social media, it's hard for me not to compare myself with other creators or other folks who are in the same industry as me. And I do find a hard time like really being happy for their success, because I tend to be jealous and want what they want. And I know that is so bad. And I know that is destroying my ability to find contentment in my current situations. And and I know God is dealing with me in these areas. But I just want to talk about that tension a little bit. Like, there's kind of this sense of like the way that video production industry works is, you get hired on based on word of mouth. It's not something that you really apply for. And it's really hard to get the foot in the door, and start to get consistent work. And where I'm at is like, I just need experience, I just need to keep doing more things so that, one, I would build confidence, two, build relationships. And yeah, I think that it's kind of, there's like a bit of a frustration where it's like, like I wish I could be on these jobs so that I could grow and be better. And at the same time too, like, give me some validation that I am moving forward and growing and doing something with my life. And so that creates this behavior in me where I start to just like really get tense and want things to work out for me. Like, and then I'll be kind of like desperate for work or desperate to work on a job. And I'm trying to find that balance of like genuinely trying to build relationships and reaching out to people and trying to like just get on set or whatever. And but I know that that's not the way to approach it. And it just feels like my flesh has come up these past couple of weeks. And I was dealt with this, and it was brought to my attention very recently that I am struggling with jealousy and comparison. And it's something that I need to kill and allow the Lord to work in me so that this doesn't become a later problem. And I am grateful and thankful that God gives me what I am capable of and what I can, can handle and what is timely for me. And but sometimes it's just difficult to accept that, and you just want things that you don't want, that you don't have. And I think that's obviously part of human nature, and makes sense why the word invites us to die to ourselves. And so I am invited in this part of my life to really surrender the timing and to really take off my foot off the gas pedal in trying to strive for work, and at the and at the core of it, maybe even learn how to not put my identity in these things. But it is a place where I'm trying to navigate and find God in the midst of it. And it might take a while, it might take a week, I don't know. But what I was encouraged with this morning, and maybe if you guys resonate with where I'm at, is that Proverbs 16 talks about when we commit our ways to the Lord, He helps us. And we plan, we make plans, but it's really God who establishes our steps. And in a couple verses throughout Proverbs 16, he talks about how wisdom is much more valuable than riches and fortune. And then towards the end, he talks about how a person who is patient and has self control is better than a warrior who wants to overtake a city. And I think that really struck me in a way where I feel like I'm that warrior trying to take what I can when it comes to work, when really I need to take the posture of being patient and have self control and just allow God to give me these opportunities to come to me. And I know our world is so like, our culture is distorted, and it's the opposite, where it's like you need to put yourself out there. And I think there is value in that, and I'm not saying you shouldn't. But when it becomes kind of an idol, it becomes a tool where it's like your lifeline, and that's like what you need to do to function, then I think that becomes a problem. And maybe that's where I was at. I was in a place of desperation. And so these days, I'm really just trying to dial back, and slow down and just be faithful with what God has given me, and to sow into those things and take it little by little. And it's so easy to say. And that's probably what I would tell people. But, the Bible is the truth, and there's so much to gain in practicing what God has written in the Bible and in His Word. And so that's where I'm at currently. If you resonate with my story, let me know. I would love to hear how you guys are currently going through it, or if you had been going through it in the past and overcame it. I would love to hear your story. And so thanks, guys, and I hope you have a blessed week.